Hi, I'm Judge Penny Wolfgang. Welcome back to The Big Picture. Our friend Jeff Nixon played for the Buffalo Bills from 1979 until 1984 as a defensive back. And after his playing career, he made Western New York his home, working with youth in the city of Buffalo, all the while following his other passion, music. Jeff is here to tell us about a big show coming up with Bills Alumni and more. Hi, welcome, Jeff.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So tell us right now, what's the big show?
The big show is, this is the first time we've done this. It's a music fest. It's the Buffalo Bills Alumni Music Fest. It's going to be held on July 25th. That's a Friday. So if you're at work, you need to get off a little bit early because we open the gates at 4 and we're going to go from 5 until 11. And I'm really excited because we've got just a tremendous lineup of musicians. Some of them are Buffalo Music Hall of Famers. I want to make sure I read all of them on here. So Mick Hayes is our headliner, and he's just an amazing guitar player and singer. He hails from Buffalo, but he's been in Nashville for the past couple of years, and he's done a recording. It's his 11th recording, and it's called Lies and Letdowns, and he'll sing about that on the album. One of his songs on there is called Checkered Past. We all have a checkered past, but his is interesting, and I can't go into all of it.
Yeah.
But you know, so we're gonna be doing this at the Wings Meeting Place. It's right behind the stadium on California Road. And if you want any information about it, you can go to the Buffalo Bills Alumni website. We've got all the information there. Also in our lineup is Doug Yeomans. Doug Yeomans is a Buffalo Music Hall of Famer. Patty Parks, Jamie Holka, one of the most amazing guitar players I've ever seen. Jesse Galante will be singing. Damone Jackson Experience with George Paleo. Michael Hund is going to be on. Will Holton, Sue Kincaid, and the Buffalo Bills Alumni Blues Band, featuring none other than Doug Flutie.
That's exciting.
I just got confirmation that he's going to come in just a couple days ago, so I've been kind of putting it out on Facebook. If people want to, they can go to my Facebook page, Jeff Nixon, and you can get all the information there too. But, you know, to have Doug come, and Doug just had knee replacement surgery about 3 months ago, which is pretty, we weren't sure if he was going to be able to come, but he'll be there. But also we'll have Butch Roll. Now, Butch is a really good guitar player. He's going to be doing a Jimi Hendrix tune.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to sing a song. I'm not going to tell you what.
I was just going to ask you what you play, though, or what you.
I play rhythm guitar. He does the fancy lead guitar, and then we're going to have Lou Picone. Lou is going to sing a song that we recorded like 40 years ago. It's called "Ain't Nobody Gonna Buffalo My Bills," and we're going to have some backup singers and stuff to help him out. Lou hasn't sung this song for 40 years either, so we got to.
He better rehearse before he does it.
Right. But none of this would have happened without the people that sponsor this, and people. We want people to buy tickets, obviously, but our sponsors, and I want to just name them real quickly.
Sure.
We have the Aesthetic Associates Center, Todd Chatkin. We've got Elio DePaulo's. Dennis DePaulo was one of the first people that came out and sponsored us. We have Winter Jewelry, Range Marketing, Haynes Supply, and believe it or not, the Buffalo Bills. They actually gave us a little bit of money for this event. So that was nice to have them come on board too. And we're still looking for more sponsors. So if you're out there and you want to get a lot of advertisement in front of a large crowd, this is the time to do it. So,
don't you want to tell us where the money's going, or what
Yes,
behind?
We have three
the reason behind. Yeah.
Right, we have 3 charities that are going to be the beneficiaries of the proceeds of this event. The first one is the Doug Flutie Foundation for Autism. His son was diagnosed with autism when he was about 3 years old. He's 33 years old now, and he needs a lot of care. And so we want to support that charity, and obviously Doug's coming to play too. And then we've also got the Alzheimer's Association, and that one is near and dear to me. I was on their board for 6 years. One of the reasons I got on there is because they found out through research that former players, were 4 times more likely to have Alzheimer's develop in their life. So that's important to me. The other one is the American Lung Association, and that's near and dear to me too, because my wife Joyce passed away a couple years ago from COPD, and that's a pretty severe lung disease. So So anybody that can help us support those charities, we would really appreciate anything you can do, whether it's sponsor or whether it's you know, buying a ticket. You know, and you can buy a ticket as a way of donating too. Let me just say that also.
We just read and heard about an event in honor of Joyce Wilson Nixon, your former wife, that just took place here at the casino and so forth in Western New York. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, it was just a tremendous honor. You know, Joyce had worked in the Martin Luther King Park Casino for 35 years. You know, and she paid the liability insurance, protected the city's asset, but we had the Randy Smith Summer Basketball. When I say we, I helped her with a lot of this stuff, but this was her baby. The Randy Smith Summer Basketball League, tennis program, football, you name it. She had just educational and recreational programs combined. And they finally decided that they were going to rename the building. In fact, after Joyce passed away, the very next day, Byron Brown came on, or called me on the phone and said that he was going to recommend that to the Common Council, and they approved it. And I've waited a long time, but it was worth the wait because we had such a tremendous time there, and we had so many good people come out that were impacted by her programs, and I'm just so thankful that they finally honored her this way. And I'm just, you know, where else in the world have they taken Martin Luther King's name off a building and put somebody else's name on it? So
probably nowhere, but it is well deserved. She was such an important member of this community, and we all miss her, really. So I was happy to hear about that. I really was. I know that you've played in a lot of bands before, and I don't know, I'm sure you have experienced a lot of fun in a lot of places, and I wanted to let our viewers know about your history with music.
Sure, sure. You know, I really got into it from my wife. She started singing, I should say, with the tailor-made jazz band. And then they had a guitar player that was in the band that couldn't make a lot of the different gigs that were in the Buffalo area because they lived up in Niagara Falls. So they said, would you like to sit in and play? And so from that point on, really for 15 years, I played with tailor-made jazz. But then Joyce wanted to kind of branch off and do just some songs, just the two of us. And so I play guitar. And so sometimes we'd have a little backing track, but I'd play guitar, she would sing, and we'd go to different places, and that's how. And then I started sitting in with other groups and different bands, you know. And you know, I'm not the best guitar player in the world, far from it. I'm not going to be in the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame anytime soon, but I just enjoy music. I think this event that we're having with this music fest, it's basically a fusion of music and sports.
Of course, you know that we're going to ask you something about the current Bills.
Uh-oh.
And why? No, I mean.
Do I have an opinion?
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about.
Yes, I do have an opinion.
Tell us about your opinion. And
so I predict they will go to the Super Bowl and win it this year. How's that for?
What? Oh, I love it. I'm so
glad.
glad.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad.
You know, and I want everybody.
We asked you that question.
You know, this is all based on the law of attraction. If you believe that something's going to happen, and if we get everybody here in Western New York to believe it's going to happen, it will happen. How's that?
Is that the power of positive thinking
power of
theory?
Positive thinking.
I think I've read that before,
you know, some people call it the law of attraction. What you attract into your life happens, you know. But yeah, you know, they've got the nucleus for a playoff team and a potential Super Bowl team. I'm not going to. You know, they still have a few holes they need to fill, you know, but they've got all the tools, you know, with Josh Allen at quarterback, the MVP of the NFL, you know, and they got a Maxwell Hairston at a lockdown corner now that they really need. Every team needs a lockdown corner. We've got him with that guy, I'm hoping. You know, he still has to show us, he still has to perform, as do all the players, but I think this is their year. This is it.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad I asked you that. Just before, you know, we want to remind everybody and talk a little bit again about the event, you know, about where, when, and the bands, you know, that are going to perform.
Right. So again, we're going to do this on Friday, July 25th. Doors open at 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock the band start. We're going to play all the way to 11 o'clock, and then we have to stop because the neighbors get mad. But I also want to mention that we have the Buffalo Jills. The former Jills are going to come on stage, and they're going to perform a routine to a song that I think everybody will love. I'm not going to give it away here, but we're also going to have the Bills Mafia Babes. We're going to have the Water Buffalo Club there with their big, you know, hats. You know, we're going to have a live auction. We're going to, the Bills sent me a Shakir Khalil Shakir, am I saying that right? Yeah, Khalil Shakir. Signed autographed jersey. We're going to have other jerseys. Robbie Takak from the Goo Goo Dolls has donated a guitar. Well, actually, it was my guitar. He just signed it. We're going to auction it that night. There's also a guitar. I call it my Black Beauty. It was handcrafted by Jack Carey. We're going to have Mick Hayes sign it that night, right after he's done performing. We're going to auction that off too. We'll have all the other things: the 50-50 split club, the door prizes, a silent auction. But we want to raise as much money as we can for the 3 charities that I mentioned earlier. So if everybody can come out and support this, it's going to mean a lot to these charities.
Where are they going to get tickets?
They can get tickets
in advance.
Yeah, I got a little poster that they're going to put on the air too. But there's a QR code on there. But if they just go to my Facebook page, I've got the QR code on there. I've got information about it. If they go to the Buffalo Bills Alumni Foundation website, there's information there. So it should be, and we're going to be advertising in the Buffalo News. Big ads, 3 different ads are going to be coming out soon.
And you're going to be, and we're going to be promoting it and telling people about it at the Taste of Buffalo
Yes. Yes, I'll be there too.
Yeah.
I'll be tasting just about everything they've got. I love it. I love the Taste of Buffalo.
People could maybe
and they have a lot of music there too. Yeah.
And people could maybe come and see you. So.
Oh yeah, we'll just stop by the WBBZ tent right down there in Niagara Square. Yeah.
I'll be there too.
Okay. I'll see you there then.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Jeff. So thanks so much for joining us and for telling us about this really fun event. I'm sure we're all looking forward to it, and you can see us there, so we want you to come. Thank you for being here. Okay, we will be right back.
Ain't nobody